A lot of people are stuck at home, and for the last 2 weeks I've been encouraging people who've never grown any vegetables before to try some. If you've been following along, at this point you have some arugula that looks like this. It's been up for about 2 days. You have some radishes that look like this. I've got, at this point, 9 out of 12 are coming up. There's still 3 that are missing. Those are from last week. And then from the first week, you'll have radishes that look like this. If you haven't started anything, it's not too late. You're only 2 weeks behind. I would encourage you to go back and look at the videos in my playlist called It's Grow Time to see what we've done up to this point. And then you can follow along with what we're going to do going forward. I'll try to do an update on It's Grow Time about once a week. The first thing we'll do today is we're going to start another set of radish seeds. If you look here, you can see the cardboard tubes are coming unwrapped. I don't remember having this problem a long time ago, but I guess they're not making the paper towel rolls as good as they used to. I tried gluing little paper strips around the ends of my tubes this time to see if I could keep them from coming unwrapped. So we've got 12 tubes ready to fill with soil. This is potting soil reclaimed from some house plants my wife had that expired. And radishes don't seem to be too particular, so we'll just take that and we'll fill up the tubes. Take a chopstick and poke holes in your soil about 1/2 inch deep. Drop a seed into each hole. Then gently tamp the soil down over top of the seed. Then water in the seeds. And place them in a sunny window or under the brightest indoor lights you can find. Fluorescents work good. If your seedlings are long and unable to stand up on their own, that means they're not getting enough light. If you look at these are a little longer than I would like, but they're standing up okay, so we're going to call those good. My fluorescent tubes are getting really old in the Arrow garden. You're supposed to replace them every 6 months. I've been running these for 2 years. And if you are using fluorescent lights, they should be only about 3 to 6 inches from the plants. Anything more than that and the plant growth will suffer. They'll start reaching for the sun. Okay, that's it for radishes. Let's move on to arugula. We're going to start another batch of arugula today. You need to find yourself a 24-ounce sour cream container. I don't have one, but I did find this potato salad container. It's not ideal because it's clear, and clear containers let light in on the sides. Plant roots don't like to be exposed to light, so that will keep the roots from growing along the sides of the container. But we're growing arugula in here, and arugula is a vigorous grower, so it probably won't care. Fill the container with soil, and then get 7 arugula seeds out of your pack. These are really tiny. I got 7 out of the pack for last week's arugula, and I dropped one and never found it, so I only planted 6. And you can see so far only 4 of them have actually come up. Still hoping we'll get 1 or 2 more. Space 6 seeds around the outer edges of the container, and then drop 1 in the center. And then cover it with about 1/4 inch of moist soil. Don't pack it down too tight. Then add a little water to help settle the dirt around the seeds. Place this in a sunny window or under some grow lights. The peonies have started coming up. and the radish seedlings are about 2 weeks old. They need to be planted in the ground to finish maturing about 2 or 3 weeks until they'll be ready to eat. So I'm just going to transplant 6 of them into this ring where the peonies are growing, and we'll let them finish growing out here. You can see where the roots are starting to grow out of the bottom of the tube. That's a good indicator that it's time to get it into the ground. Alright, that's 6 of the radishes inside the peony ring. We'll see how well they grow. It's important to always water in your transplants. I'm using water-soluble fertilizer mixed at about 1/4 of the normal concentration. Radishes don't need very much nitrogen. If you give them too much, they'll just grow a lot of leaves and they won't produce good roots. So you need to be careful how much nitrogen you put on when you water. If you don't have any garden space you can put your vegetables in, get yourself as big a pot as you can find. This one's about 1 foot in diameter. Probably holds 1 to 2 gallons of soil. And you can put your radishes in here. The planter has a hole in the bottom for drainage, and I put a couple of inches of rocks in the bottom, then filled it with some old potting soil, some compost from my compost bin, and then some garden soil. And there's the 6 radishes. I'll water those in. You do need to be careful with a planter like this. It will dry out much faster than ground will. So you're going to have to keep an eye on this and water it whenever it needs water. Put it in a sunny location, but protect it from heavy rains. You don't want it getting washed out. In the center of the planter, I'm going to put a few of these Grand Rapid Leaf lettuce seeds. Maybe 6 or 7. Might have to thin them out some as they grow. I put 7 lettuce seeds in the center and covered them with a 1/4 inch layer of moist potting soil. Something with no bark in it so that the seeds will have a chance to grow. And that's it. I'll give this a little bit more water and we'll let it sit for a week, and I'll check back next week to see how it's doing. Do keep an eye on your planters to make sure they don't dry out. So that's it for this edition of It's Grow Time. Check back next week. We'll start some more seeds, and we'll start an outdoor vegetable garden.